A royal heir drinks from a golden goblet and drops dead in mere minutes. For over 3 centuries, history books have blamed a jealous rival. But a brand new analysis of the historical toxicology data reveals a mathematical impossibility. The poison in his veins didn't match the weapon of a rival. It matched the medicine of a friend. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the official history of the poisoned prince is a complete medical fabrication. We are going to look at the hidden data, track the money, and reveal why the true killer was hiding in plain sight. You will never look at royal history the same way again. Welcome to the case file timeline. The sudden death of the prince sent shockwaves through the empire. The official story was simple. An assassin slipped a rare toxin into his wine during a grand feast. The suspect was executed, and the case was closed. But when we strip away the royal propaganda and look purely at the medical data from the prince's final 7 days, the timeline completely shatters the official narrative. Why did the royal court lie? Let's open the case file. The historical records state the prince died almost instantly after taking a sip from his golden goblet. But archival letters from the palace servants tell a very different story. Let's map the symptoms. 7 days before his death, the prince complained of extreme fatigue and stomach pains. On day 4, a documented fever. By day 6, he was reportedly delirious. If an assassin used a fast-acting poison like cyanide or hemlock at the feast on day 7, we wouldn't see this slow, systematic breakdown of the organs. The data proves he was being poisoned slowly, over a full week. So what was the toxin? To find the weapon, we have to look at the autopsy. While 18th century doctors didn't have mass spectrometry, their meticulous notes on the condition of his body provide all the data a modern forensic toxicologist needs. The tissue degradation and reported skin discoloration perfectly match heavy metal poisoning, specifically arsenic. Arsenic was the perfect weapon of the era because its symptoms mimicked natural illnesses like cholera. But here is the anomaly in the data. The arsenic levels required to cause this specific level of tissue damage couldn't be delivered in a single dose of wine without the prince tasting the bitter, metallic grit. He would have spit it out. It had to be masked by something incredibly sweet, administered daily. In any historical mystery, if the medical data gives you the how, the financial data gives you the why. Let's look at the royal court's ledger from the year of the murder. The rival who was executed for the crime actually lost wealth and land following the prince's death. But look at this spike in the data. The king's personal physician saw a 400% increase in his royal stipend just 2 weeks after the prince died. And what was this physician famous for? Developing a highly sweetened miracle health tonic that he prescribed to the royal family. A tonic that, according to modern chemical analysis of surviving antique apothecary bottles, contained trace amounts of arsenic. In recent years, researchers managed to scan fragments of the prince's remains. Bone chemistry doesn't lie. When arsenic is ingested over time, it deposits in the hair, nails, and bones in distinct bands. The 3D scan data showed not one massive spike of toxicity, but a perfectly layered timeline of arsenic absorption, matching the exact daily dosage schedule of the physician's sweet tonic. The rival didn't kill the prince at the feast. The poison wasn't in the golden goblet. The prince was slowly, methodically murdered by his own physician under the guise of daily medicine. The execution of the rival was nothing more than a convenient cover-up, backed by a king who needed a scapegoat to protect his inner circle. The medical data rewrites history, proving that the deadliest threats don't come from your enemies. They come from the people trusted to keep you alive. Do you think the physician acted alone for the money? Or was he following orders directly from the king? Let me know your theory in the comments below. If you want to keep exploring the darkest corners of historical data, hit subscribe. Next week, we're looking at the bizarre toxicological data behind a remote village where hundreds of people fell asleep for 6 straight days. The data never lies, even when history does. Case file closed.